Yesterday, we had some great time. We had a very short time. I was talking about the faith and religion. Today, we'll be talking about something else, but somehow intertwined. Somehow, you can bring out one from another. Thank you very much. Well, um, where are my folks? I think I saw some folks yesterday popping. I want to see, let us talk. Come around, come around, come around. Thank you very much. Yeah, um, I'll be talking about unemployment. And why I say it's intertwined is because Karl Marx said religion is opium of masses. And so, under the guise of religion, a lot of people have lost out. There are two different things. When it comes to business, business is different from religion. And you don't mix the two together, otherwise, you'll be having problems. So, all over the world now, there is massive unemployment. But I'll be talking about Africa. I'll be talking about Nigeria in focus. We could also look at some other African countries, Ghana and the rest of them. They are all alike. People talk so much about unemployment, but at the same time, the way people talk about education and employment are linked together, and the world is changing very, very fast. We have to be very sure of that. We have to be very certain of that the world is changing very, very fast. And so if you are not moving with the trend of things, you'll be lost out. Yeah, you'll be lost out. You may be pursuing a world that have ended yesterday. And so when you have so much people going into school, studying a lot of courses that do not have relevance for today, you might be having problems. You might be breeding army of unemployed youth. And of course, a country is dependent on its youths. A country is dependent on its youths. And so if the youth are unemployed or misguided, there is a very big problem. And so what are we talking about? We're talking about having a focus in mind before you think education, especially when it goes beyond the high school level, that is university, secondary school, the high school level. Once you are getting beyond the high school level, you should be looking at what income are you going to bring in. What are you going to bring in? The education you are looking at, what is it going to fetch you? Is it going to feed you? Is it going to take care of you? Will you be able to raise family with this? So it's not a haphazard thing. You just wake up one morning and say, oh, I want to be an accountant. Do you have the skill? Do you have the know-how? Will you be happy to be an accountant? So if you just go to study accounting for the fun of it, or just because my peers, my friends are studying it, my friends are studying, they've gone to school, then you'll be having problems. It means you don't really love yourself. It means you are not thinking about your own future. Yeah. So what are we talking about? If you want to, choosing employment is a big deal. It's not a thing somebody just comes up, a child just comes up. What does he know? He say, I want to become this, I want to become that. That fun should get beyond the sitting room. It should get beyond the confines of the compound, It should go beyond that, because we are talking about what you are going to eat and drink and what you are going to set up a family with. So it's more serious. It's not something that you just take haphazard that way, And that's the problem we are having in Africa. People just think employment is fun. Having employment or thinking about employment is just fun. It's not fun. It's what you are going to build a family upon. And so, what are we now saying? In having a choice of employment, there should be some proper considerations from the time a child is in secondary school, there should be consideration for what he or she is going to do to feed his family, to take care of himself. It is a seriousness. And for people who learned one vocation or the other, it is serious business. Or you want to go into a vocation, it is serious business. And so it is something that you consider very well and you do proper planning. It goes beyond, oh, I'm writing jam, and what are you feeling in the jam, and you begin to do permutation and combination and say, okay, well, medicine will be good, oh, at the same time nursing will be good. You need to have a focus. And that focus must be carrying along your personal instances. Are you able to fund this? When you finish, what are the prospects? Now, I want us to also know, for a lot of youngsters, you know that presently a lot of courses in Nigeria especially have expired and they won't guarantee you income. And so you need to look outside and see, what am I going to do that will guarantee me income so that I can have a good life. So it's not just about I'm going to school. And parents should also stop just shelling out money for children that are not going to bring any returns. It is serious business that requires talking about it, brooding about it, thinking about it, praying about it, and coming up with a solution that is worthwhile, a solution that is something you can hold. So when you look around now, you'll see that the world, like I said, is fast changing so much, and IT is dictating a lot of the trend, and IT will continue to dictate for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. IT will continue to dictate the pace of our lives. Now you are seeing they are beginning to make AI videos. So that means people in Nollywood, people in Bollywood, people in Hollywood should brace up, because films are going to begin to come out now that will be AI generated. And so when you look at places like Japan, you walk into a hospital, a nurse that is not human, the humanized robot is taking your temperature, checking your BP, and all the likes, and AI is giving you the possibilities of what is happening to you already. So we're going to be needing less medical personnel very, very soon. And so you need to consider all these things before you think of choosing vocation. Like I said, it's not fun. It's not something that you just have fun and begin to eat crackers, biscuits when choosing career. It is serious business. Choosing a career is serious business. And to people who think you can just do business, it's also haphazard. The first thing you think about in a place like Nigeria, when somebody wants to start a business, the first thing he's thinking of is capital. No, you don't think of capital first. You think of having a comprehensive report about the business. What do you know about the business you want to do? Capital is not the first thing, and it's never going to be the first thing. It's not even the second thing. Capital comes when you have known what you intend to do. So when you don't know what you intend to do and you start looking for capital, be very sure you are going to kiss that money bye-bye. You're going to start something, and that thing you have to leave that thing because you'll not be able to handle it. The first thing is probably to hire a consultant or do a personal feasibility study, to know what you want to do. And also, you also need to do some soul searching will I be happy doing this thing? For instance, if you want to set up a grocery store, and you are just thinking about, how much am I going to get a store? How much am I going to rent a store? That's not all. If you want to set up a grocery store, you know that people need grocery early in the morning, even till late evening. Are you going to be disposed to that? Will you have standard practice, that you get to work very early and you close very late? That means you'll be running your life through your outlet. That means you're probably going to be eating your food in that outlet, the shop or whatever you call it. That's where you are going to probably have your meals and spend the rest of your day. Are you ready for that? If you are not ready for that, you might not be very good in grocery. And so, if you are looking for capital to start grocery and you are not considering all the factors that surround the grocery store, definitely you are going to close that grocery store. And it's not good to start something you cannot finish. Moving on to education again, you don't plan haphazardly. You don't allow children that have not known or haven't a picture of their future to begin to dictate what I'm going to do in school, because they are not going to fund it anyway. So that is where your authority as a parent comes in, because you are the one that is going to foot the bill. And so if you are ready to foot a bill that is heading nowhere, it means you also need to have your head examined. Think about it. A child comes to you and says, this is what I want to do, and after proving stubborn for a little while, you just let go. Remember, for 4 years you are going to probably be impoverishing yourself and maybe taking some money on loan to send this child to school. So you must be sure of what he is up to. And if he needs to learn a skill and thereafter he might take up the the university on his own. Because it's Africa here that we have all these things that after you've sent your child to primary, secondary, you are still obliged to send to the university. In the Western world, you do work study. You work, you study. So it's high time we begin to look at things this way. And so what am I talking about? The vast majority of youth are supposed to get engaged, have some skills. We're talking about skills in IT, skills in plumbing, skills in welding, stimulate the economy. Don't let the economy dictate the pace of your survival, but you need to know all these things. Knowledge is important. A lot of our people just shy away from the knowledge that will help them, and at the end of the day, they are worse off for it. Thank you very much. Until I come your way again, I remain.